यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभु का जय जय प्रभु का जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद इज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की युगधर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 8, Dhruva Maharaj leaves home. Text number 35. Dhruva Uvacha Soyam Samo Bhagavata Sukha Dukkha Hatatmanam Darshitaha Krupaya Pumsam Durdasho asma vidittaistu yaha Dhruva uvacha Soyam samo bhagavata Sukha dukkha hatatmanam Darshitaha krupaya pumsam Durdaso asma vidhaistu yaha Dhruva uvacha Soyam shamo bhagavata Sukha dukkha hatatmanam Darshitaha krupaya pumsam Durdasho asma vidhaistu yaha. Sukha dukkha hatatmanam Darshita kripaya pumsam दशो अस्माभिदेस्तु यः. Anyone सोऽयं समो भगवता What और कोई पढ़ना चाहेंगे? What word meaning? Dhruva uvacha. Dhruva Maharaj said, Saha, that I am this, Samaha, equilibrium of mind, Bhagavata, by your lordship, Sukha Dukkha, happiness and distress, Hatha Atmanam, happiness and miseries. Hatha Atmanam, those who are affected. Darshitaha, shown. Krupaya, by mercy. Pumsam, of the people. Durdashaha, very difficult to perceive. Asmat Vidaihi, by the persons like us. Tu, but, Yaha, whatever you have said. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Dhruva Maharaj said, My dear Lord Naradji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have said so kindly explained for attainment of peace of mind is certainly a very good instruction. But as far as I am concerned, I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy doesn't touch my heart. Please repeat. Dhruva Maharaj said, My dear Lord Naradji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have said, whatever you have so kindly explained, for attainment of peace of mind, is certainly a very good instruction. But as far as I am concerned, I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy doesn't touch my heart. Purport. There are various classes of men. One class is called akamis, referring to those who have no material desire. Desire must exist, either material or spiritual. Material desire arises when one wants to satisfy one's personal senses. One who is ready to sacrifice anything to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be said to have spiritual desire. Dhruva did not accept the instructions given by the great sage Narada because he thought himself unfit for such instructions, which prohibited all material desires. It is not a fact, however, that those who have material desires are prohibited from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the essential instruction from the life of Dhruva. He frankly admitted that his heart was full of material desires. He was very much affected by the cruel words of his stepmother. Whereas those who are spiritually advanced do not care about anyone's condemnation or adoration. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that persons who are actually advanced in spiritual life do not care for the dual behavior of this material world, But Dhruv Maharaj frankly admitted that he was not beyond the affliction of material distress and happiness. He was confident that the instructions given by the Narada was valuable. Yet he could not accept it. The question raised here is whether or not a person afflicted by material desires is fit to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The answer is that everyone is fit to worship Him. Even if one has many material desires to fulfill, he should take to Krishna consciousness and worship the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is so merciful that He fulfills everyone's desires. Through this narration, it will become very clear that no one is barred from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if he has many material desires. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guravai Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Pri Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. जय श्री श्राधा मदन मोहन की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौरीताई की जय. Seeking blessings from His Grace Anandmay Prabhu and all the assembled Vaishnavas, so that I can speak on this very exalted verse from Bhagavatam for my own purification, so that I can repeat whatever I heard from spiritual master and senior devotees and Srila Prabhupada for my own purification. This verse is very hope-giving verse, because sometimes when we read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we also get the same feeling, is it for me or not? Sometimes we may feel Krishna consciousness only not for me, because I am so far away and so high principles are expected. So where I am and what we are supposed to follow. So here, but Prabhupada is giving assurance, it is for you, we can practice. So in that way, it is very, very hope-giving verse. So here, Prabhupada summarized the essence of Dhruva Maharaj pastime in one line in this purport. So that is, the essential, this is the, sorry, before. It is not a fact, however, that those who have material desires are prohibited from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the essential instruction from the life of Dhruva. So, the essential instruction from the life of Dhruva is that those who have material desires also can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worship Him. So, if that is not there, we have no hope only. So, this is the essential instruction from the life of Dhruva Maharaj. Prabhupada is telling. And interestingly, in one of the places in Bhagavad Gita, one purport, Prabhupada also writes in 720, Kamaistheste Hruta Jnana. In that also, Prabhupada is writing. As long as the material contamination is not completely washed off, material contamination is there, we are trying to get away with the contamination, but it is not completely gone. As long as the material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. It is all refers to all of us. So by nature we are all non-devotees. But even those who have material desires and who resort to the Supreme Lord are not so much attracted by the external nature. So, but even though you have material desires, but we are turning towards Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then what happens? The external energy of the Lord will not affect you, because you are trying to move in the direction of surrendering to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So even though external nature is very, very powerful, external energy of the Lord, so you will not get attracted, not so much attracted by the external nature. Because of approaching the right goal, they soon become free from all material lust. So because the goal is right, so in due course of time we will be free from all the material contamination. So here also we can see Dhruva Maharaj is having so much not ordinary material desire, very big material desire. Height of material desire it is. So in Bhagavad Gita also, previous verses, it comes that 4 kinds of people try to surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. They start their devotion service. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutino arjuna artho jijñāsurartharthi jnanicha bharatarshava. And 4 kinds of people, those who doesn't surrender unto Krishna, that is namam dushkritino muda prapadyante naradhama maya apahrita jnana asuram bhavamasritaha. So these are the 2 categories of people, those who surrender and those who do not surrender to Krishna. But in that verse Prabhupada writes, even somebody can be a Sukritina or Dushkritina. For those who are Sukritina, those who are acting piously, it is somewhat easy for them to perform devotion service. But for those who are Dushkritina, it is difficult for them to surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the most important principle is, essential principle is, if they come in contact with a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, then the Sukritina can become pure devotee. Even the Dushkritina also can become a pure devotee. For that also there is a hope. Even Dushkritina also is not barred from becoming a pure devotee, provided he comes in contact with a pure devotee of the Lord. So the essential principle is, the being Sukritina or Dushkritina is not the most important thing. The essential thing is coming in contact with a pure representative of the Supreme Lord. That is the most essential thing. So here we can see that Dhruva Maharaj had a great material desire. So he is coming towards Supreme Personality of Godhead for fulfilling his material desire. So but by great fortune he came in contact with Narada Muni. So that is the whole turn of events started from here. If he did not come in contact with Narada Muni, then he would not have achieved perfection of life. So we can see from Bhagavatam also some examples that so many Dushkritinas are there from our scriptures, that Mrugari is a highly example of Dushkritina. Not at all any pious activities he is not doing. But he came in contact with Narada Muni, same Narada Muni. And he also eventually ended up becoming a very pure devotee. And we have that Nalakuber and Manigriv examples also. They are also acting Dushkritina. And they also came in contact with Narada Muni, and they also end up becoming purified. And Prabhupada writes in one purport, very interesting. For Nalakuber and Manigriv, actually they are from heavenly planets. They are sons of Kubera, and they are worshippers of Lord Shiva. So they are somewhat even more pious than Mrugari compared to. But Mrugari could transcend modes so fast compared to Nalakuber and Manigriv. They end up becoming trees and they took long time. So if you see that why Mrugari could appreciate the presence of Narada Muni and he welcomed him, he tried to offer some service. So Prabhupada says in one lecture that as soon as Narada Muni comes, that Mrugari felt that I can render some service to him by offering some deer skin or tiger skin or something, because sadhus require some mats to sit and do tapasya. I have so many stock varieties of skins are there. Whatever you want I can give. Please tell me. So like that, Mrugari offers volunteer some service actually. But he says, don't ask me to kill, stop killing or something. And then Narada Muni says, I don't tell you to stop killing, I tell you to kill fully. So, very interestingly, Mrugari could receive Narada Muni well. And because of which, actually, he was tremendously benefited. So, it is not Sukriti or Dushkriti actually, it is how we are able to appreciate the presence of a exalted personality and able to accept his shelter and render service and get benefited. So this we can see practically also in the Leela of Srila Prabhupada also. Prabhupada, when he went to Western countries, apparently there are so many Dushkritis or they are hippies, but they could appreciate the presence of Prabhupada and they could serve him and they got transformed. And Prabhupada, when he came to India, so-called Sukriti people, so many are there. That we know who is Krishna, we know who is Rama. That they couldn't appreciate the presence of Prabhupada and couldn't welcome him properly. So they are like that only, as they are. But here we can see so many people are getting transformed, in hundreds and thousands and millions. But people of glorious India, they are like that only. So it doesn't matter actually that Sukriti or Dushkriti, but whether one is able to surrender to, both are in one sense considered bondage only. The Sukriti also is kind of bondage, whatever we have carried, and Dushkriti also is a kind of bondage. We have to come out of both of them. A pure devotee, when you surrender, he helps us to get out of the bondage which comes out of Sukriti or Dushkriti also. And it is said surrender to Krishna is the real dharma. There is so many dharmas are there, but the ultimate dharma is to surrender to Krishna. Recently I was hearing one lecture, interesting. Sin performed in the service of the Lord is called dharma. And pious activity where Krishna's presence is eliminated, that is called adharma. Arjuna is fighting, but it is one way, killing is sinful activity, right? Sinful activity performed for the sake of Krishna is dharma. It is not considered dharma. But so-called pious activity, in one sense, Yudhishthira Maharaj don't want to speak lie, or we can see modern, so many people are doing so many this dan, that dan, education, hospitals and food and all these things are there, where Krishna's presence is not there. It is not considered any kind of dharma. It is considered adharma only. So that's why Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Yai bhala, yai manda, yai sabakhala. In this world, people say this is good, this is bad, but everything is nonsense only. There is nothing good, nothing bad. Everything is bad only in this world. So this is a very, very important principle. Actually, we have to, Prabhupada repeatedly tried to emphasize throughout his teachings. And one important principle we have to learn from the life of Dhruva Maharaj is Dhruva Maharaj is very, very honest. He is not at all duplicitous. Generally, something is told, whether we are accept or we are convinced or not, we say okay. But Dhruva Maharaj is telling, not okay. Not okay. It is not okay. I accept that what you told is correct, but for me, it is not okay. I want means I want. At any cost, I want it. I want a kingdom much more than my grandfather, great grandfather. So I got affected. I got hurt. I want revenge. So honest, brutally honest, sometimes it is called in English. So much honest. So generally we are fearful to be honest. Actually, this kind of honesty is little bit difficult. But Dhruva Maharaj is very, very honest. He is not hypocritical. Kali Yuga is called age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So people want something, but they don't express. They want to take it through some other shortcut or something. So because of hypocrisy, we only lose ultimately. Material desires are not condemned actually. Ultimately, if you see, material desires are not condemned only. So what is the problem? In one of the lecture, His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj gives very beautiful example of hypocrisy. There is a teacher who is teaching all the children. So in the class, all children are very, very intelligent, but one student is a little dull. So all the students understood what the teacher gave the lesson. At the end of the class, teacher asked, everybody understood? Everybody said, yes sir, but that one student didn't understood. And if you say that I didn't understood, then what will happen? Other people may think that I am fool. Our teacher may think, so he thought actually I should not be seen as less intelligent or fool. So then he also told, I also understood. The result is he failed in the exam later. The result is he failed. So that is a problem with hypocrisy. So if he says that I did not understood, the teacher may take effort to explain him and make him understand. So eventually he will benefited. Now immediately he got prestige that I am also like one of the intelligent boy, like any other children. I am also intelligent. I also understood. Okay, he got away with the situation for the time being, but eventually he lost. Very big loss it is. So this is the problem with hypocrisy. So, but Dhruva Maharaj is telling, I want, but I want to achieve it through a honest means. It's not that I don't want any shortcut or anything. Whatever process is there, I will take it and I am ready to pay any price. So this is the honesty actually. It's not that, I want some shortcut or something. So whereas if you see in Mahabharata and this Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, they also same problem, kingdom, right? But the means they adopted is very dishonest means. Understand? It's not problem actually. Even Dhruva is even more greedy than Dhritarashtra, if you see. So, but the means he has taken is not, dishonest means. He approached, he want to get it through Lord Vishnu, and he took shelter of bona fide spiritual master, and he underwent the austerity of getting what he wants. So this is the right process actually. So material desires are not condemned, but dishonest means are condemned. And we are hearing last two days before Srila Prabhupada class, that title is also hypocrisy. Something hypocrisy related title is there in that. In that Prabhupada also quotes two examples. One is about Chota Haridas and Shivananda Sen. So Chota Haridas feeling lusty is condemned. But on the other hand, Shivananda Sen married and have a child, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not condemn him because he is not hypocritical, but Chota Haridas is hypocritical. So that we can see throughout Shastras that material desires are not condemned actually, but hypocrisy is condemned. So okay, but honest means you are saying, but it is very difficult. The honest means also path is very long. Delhi bahut dur hai, like that people say, right? So, but it is, we can't make like Dhruva Maharaj kind of austerities to get what we want. It is so difficult to get what we want. So here comes the factor about mercy. When you are honest, when you are endeavoring sincerely and following the instructions of Guru Sadhu Shastra, even though you couldn't pay the complete price to get what you want, then mercy comes into picture. So by the mercy, we can compensate whatever we are falling short. So generally, if you see also, when we try to bargain something outside, we are falling short of some money. If he is asking 100 rupees, we have only 50 rupees. He comes to tell 80 rupees or something. Then, Krupa dikao, evi de do, why you came anyway from 100 to 80, you make it that 30 rupees also eliminate and make it 50, right? So what is mercy in one sense is whatever we are falling short to pay the price, that gap is only mercy. Understand? So sometimes the gap is so huge. So the problem is the price is something crores of rupees and we have only 1 rupee kind of thing. And we want that much mercy. So that is the problem. But still, if it is, if the person who want to give, he can give, right? There is no problem in asking, right? Something laptop, you can ask 10 rupees also. क्या जाता है हमारे को, right? देने वाला देना चाहिए. That who want to give, if we can give, there is no problem, right? He can give free also, right? We get so many things free, right? As a donation. So if you want to give, there is no bar actually. He can give laptop also, he can give some internet connection also, and more also he can give also, right? So for mercy, there is no bar is there. Even though we are totally disqualified, still we can demand. We can demand. That's what we can see recently, that Raghunath Das Goswami, when he approaches Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he says that actually, I am like a dwarf, Generally, dwarf is a small fellow. He has difficulty to catch many things, He has difficulty to switch on something also. And he says, but I am trying to catch moon. That is, he gives analogy that I want to attain the mercy of lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Chandra. So, it is like a dwarf trying to catch a moon. But I want that only, nothing less than that. Understand? This is again something serious. Whatever we want is something very high, and we don't have the required amount of price to get it. But we want that only, nothing short of less than that. So this is the determination of a devotee. Generally, people want something, and if you have less money, you will get duplicate thing, right? In our childhood, we used to have Reynolds pen, 4 rupees 50 paisa. But if you have 1 rupee 50 paisa, then also you will get one duplicate Reynolds pen used to come. you know. So when you pay the less price, you will get still. But the thing is, duplicate you will get. Abhas. An abhas kind of thing. So, but still if somebody is determined, no, I want with this only, right, but the original only. Nothing. Duplicate nahi chalega. So then he will get, provided he go through a proper medium of Guru and his desire is very honest, then he gets the compensation whatever is lacking. So here Prabhupada is writing in the Bhagavad Gita also it is told that it is mentioned that persons who are actually advanced in spiritual life do not care for the dual behavior of the material world. So in Bhagavad Gita it is told so many places we have to be equal in all situations, be happy, miserable, or in all situations we should take it equally. So there in purport also Prabhupada writes also how it is, how you should do it in Sthita Prajnasya in that section. Prabhupada writes, if some happiness comes in our life, we should feel that I don't deserve this happiness. I got more than what I deserve. If you misery get, then you should think that Krishna kindly is giving me less misery. I deserve more misery. So in that way, you can be equal in both happiness and distress. But Dhruva Maharaj is saying, nahi chalega. It is very big philosophy to apply. It is saying is easy, but no, it is not so practical for me to apply this philosophy. So this is what is honesty actually. And Narada Muni, he understood the sincerity of Dhruva Maharaj and he brought him eventually to that platform. Even though we are not on that platform, but eventually we can come to that platform. So that Dhruva Maharaj attained that platform over a period of time. The result is he got his material desires fulfilled in one sense, but he lost the material desire. By the time he got the darshan of Lord Vishnu, he lost his material desires and he gave up his revengeful attitude towards his stepmother also. He got so much hurted now. And that's what Narada Muni is telling. You forget about it and go back and be happy. But he told, no, I can't. But that's what happened. Eventually, that's what happened. As soon as he took the darshan of Lord Vishnu, then he completely forgot his envy towards his stepmother and he became perfectly alright. Which Narada Muni is telling now. So that means sometimes we have knowledge, but knowledge will not turn into realization until we undergo some austerity in life. So Narada Muni gave his teachings, but Dhruva Maharaj couldn't accept the teachings because sufficient austerity is not there in life. So when Dhruva Maharaj undergone that austerity and got the darshan of Lord Vishnu, then actually the same knowledge which Narada Muni gave, it completely he got assimilated into his system. So seeing the darshan of Lord Vishnu means he identified himself as a servant of Vishnu, as a servant of Lord. So as soon as we get that understanding that I have nothing to do with this material world, so my only aim of life is to act as servant of the Lord. So that attitude is not there with Dhruva before. He want to have some material gain, want to rule this kingdom and everything. That mood of being servant of the Lord is not there before. So as soon as he took shelter of Narada Muni and he got darshan of Lord Vishnu, he gained that understanding, I am the servant of Lord and Guru. So then he became completely free from all misery. That's Vaishnava song says, Jiva Krishna Das Ayushwas Korlo Toar Dukkhanai. So immediately his dukkha got eliminated. So one of the senior devotee in ISKCON used to say, Krishna Das Hamesha Bindas, Maya Das Udas. So now he became Krishna Das and he became completely bindas. So this is one of the practical lesson actually which we can see from the life of Dhruv Maharaj, which in one of the books His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj also mentions, that people of low self-esteem, low confidence, they get immediately affected for any kind of disturbance or insult in their life. So Dhruv Maharaj had no confidence only before actually. If somebody said you are useless, I am useless. Right? He got so much stressed and everything, the stress went to some extent that, he couldn't think anything other than taking revenge. But now he got some self-worth as soon as he took shelter of Narad Muni and got the darshan of Lord Vishnu. I am something, I am not useless. I am the servant of Lord Vishnu. Who can say I am useless? I am something very worthy. That made his heart completely fulfilled. And then he completely forgot only whatever that comment is. Okay, they are foolish people to call me I am useless. If they say I am useless, why should I believe it? Understand? So he got that confidence actually. And that complete fulfillment. And this is what real self-confidence actually, confidence of the self. And we can see this is what Srila Prabhupada also gave that confidence to so many people when he went to Western countries. There are people who are hippies. They are considered really useless only, burden to the society. You are good for nothing. No, Prabhupada told, you are worthy. You can do some great things. Prabhupada saw the spark in them and ignited that spark. And Prabhupada accomplished so many miracles through all these people. The same thing like Dhruv Maharaj, whatever, he got the darshan of Lord Vishnu and shelter of Narad Muni. He get completely transformed and completely satisfied. The same thing actually which we can see from the life of Srila Prabhupada. He also done the same miracle. So these are some few thoughts. Thank you all very much for your patient hearing. So please pray that I will also try to apply whatever I am speaking, which I heard from superiors. Virendra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Time is over, we can ask personally.